Marketing to women, men, young people, and college students. Chapter 1. Marketing to women. Marketing to women 1. Women are not a target market. They are the market. Women want cooperation and community. Women make 83% of all consumer purchases. They make most decision within families. There are many more women single parents than men single parents. You want to come off like a helpful friend who knows what she wants and are there to provide it both product-wise and emotion-wise. Help a woman. Appeal to her health if she's over 40, to her beauty if she's under 40. Make her feel like she's part of a woman's community, a sisterhood so to speak. Make her feel like she's living in the pages of one of them cutesy home decor type magazines she reads. Instead of striving for the big idea hard sell, try to seduce women by being helpful, sociable, and pleasant with them. Think of conventional advertising to women as the following 2 paragraphs. Instead of love, which rarely works the way you want it, build a comfortable relationship with the things you own and the foods you eat, then diet and exercise like a mad woman so you can look beautiful and sexy because you are worth it. You are virgin, whore, mother, fun girl, bitch, rebel, feminist, goddess, sexy, sex object, beautiful, young, thin, trendy, fashionable, elitist, wealthy, responsible, career-centered, wife, lover and glamorous socialite all in one according to conventional advertising. Just like in the game of love, the game of marketing to women is to make them feel special. Give them a deal, a break, or the illusion of a deal or a break. Kiss her, cuddle her, tell her you love her even if you don't, but this is generally not enough anymore because women are not the one-dimensional people we once thought they were. They want love and to feel sexy and pretty, but it's not that big a deal in the grand scheme of making it on their own, being independent so to speak. The zeitgeist has shifted. 30 years ago, it was all about marketing to how beautiful, youthful, and sexy a woman wanted to be or how great of a housewife she could be, but nowadays, most women over 40 have no illusions about love, beauty, or family bliss anymore. They're as independent as men, know they ain't getting any younger or more beautiful, know that chances are they won't meet a Prince Charming, and know that the idea of a happy family with kids ain't gonna happen, so the marketing has to change to cater to the practical woman who's paying her own bills, taking care of herself. Many are either divorced or will never marry and say they are content with their lives. They can handle life without a man. In fact, they don't want typical one-dimensional men. If they can't find a decent man, they would rather be alone and comfortable with their lives. The frivolous ads about beauty and youth are still there, but you have to be practical to women too, telling them you can do something to help them in a real way as you would if advertising to a man. Women like a sense of community, especially with other women, which is why you should try to create a community for women somehow, and as a result of that, they will buy into your brand. The easiest way is to create a website that helps women somehow and brings them together through chat forums and reap the benefits by sponsoring this portal that helps people. Marketing to men is about using sexy women. Marketing to many young women is about using sexy women acting like they're beautiful, thin, and frivolous, but anywhere over that, basically all women over 30 are starting to realize there is no Prince Charming coming on the scene even if they're married, so be smart and sensible when marketing to women over 30 years old. If you put out silly commercials catering to frivolous women concerned with coloring their hair and hiding their wrinkles, you are demeaning them, reducing them to one-dimensional pop culture clones with nothing better to do than worry about their looks. Be honest. Portray real women in the real world with their own intelligence. Don't just focus on looks for young women or cleanliness in the home for housewives. Focus on intelligent, independent, practical people who want to get the most out of their money and the most out of their lives. The old way of marketing to women, created by men, portrayed them as one-dimensional dunces who wanted nothing more than to be thin, beautiful, married and in the kitchen. The new way sees women as independent people in control of their own lives. Even though I still constantly see all this one-dimensional advertising geared at women, portraying them as sexy young things or happy housewives, both women themselves and marketing academics say this is too simplistic. Be more honest, real, and substantial when marketing to women. Most women now work a job outside the home. Respect them as career people. Women want to run their own lives with or without men and, in general, they are homebodies. Whereas a man doesn't care about home decor, a woman wants to surround herself with comfortable things. Women are still emotional, but they want the emotional appeal of the ad to be directed at them, what the product will do for them as opposed to what the product will do for their marriage or their ability to find a guy. Today's cool woman is independent, has a decent job, pays her own bills, is sexy and sassy when she feels like it in her own way, enjoys comfort and some luxury, has a pet, is practical, enjoys good food, goes out and has fun, takes care of her health, exercises, monitors herself for serious diseases, might have a kid or two either with a husband, a wife, or alone, drives a nice car, has a comfortable home and works side by side with men in a man's world. Older women now have money, so for the first time ever, ads are geared to them, the menopause crowd who are free to do whatever they want because they have money, which equals power. They deserve comfort, which is the crux of much of this advertising, including food, which is a kind of guilty pleasure for a lot of women free enough to be good to themselves. Through it all, no matter what, all women are secretly romantic, and no matter how fat, ugly, independent, old, or masculine they are, they still have this fantasy or dream. It's alright to present ads with a bit of romance, just don't make them seem too fake and stay focused on the practical, functional part of the ad. Think of a woman as in the middle. She still wants to be sexy, thin, and beautiful, but at the same time wants to be free, in control of her own destiny and an equal out in the world of working people. Read the magazines directed at the demographic category of women you're trying to market to in order to get a feel for what they're doing, or at least what they're currently being indoctrinated by as to what's cool and happening right now. In a nutshell, show women you want their business. Provide a good product. Tailor it to women if it has been traditionally a male product. Try to SEO market to them. Instead of just selling golf clubs to women, sell sportswear, athletic footwear, gear bags in cool-looking women's colors, stylish shorts, bikinis, bicycles, etc. Women love accessories and new products, so constantly add to the inventory of what you're selling to them. Watch women's talk shows, tabloid shows, and TV commercials geared for women and see how often they try to get the woman to feel sexy, as they say. Marketing to women too. Powerful, confident, sexy, and full of energy. Marketing mantra aimed at women over 30. As far as retail goes, women spend more money than men. They buy the food, the clothes, the things for the house, the things for their kids, makeup, cosmetics, clothing, etc. For girls, shopping is an end in itself, a recreational activity done to get some enjoyment, to check out what's out there and get a good feeling by buying that new sweater, new shoes, new eyeshadow, new earrings, etc. Shopping malls are geared for girls. All the cutesy boutiques with their nice, cozy feelings, with the music, the trendy sales clerks, etc. are geared to put the girl into this frivolous, girly land she's been indoctrinated by ever since she was as a kid. Things like you look beautiful, you're trendy, cool, classy and fashionable, part of the in crowd of glamorous people, treat yourself, you're worth it, etc. The entire beauty industry of cosmetics, weight loss products and trendy clothes rests on the insecurity of women. How did the average American woman get like this? She reads frivolous women's magazines, watches TV shows where thin young girls caked over with hair coloring and cosmetics, dressed in tight, trendy clothes are portrayed as the cool, happening, trendy women of society, so she feels inadequate and insecure, then buys all this stuff in an effort to conform to this fantasy image created by some corporate heads, probably male, in some back room somewhere with airbrushed, cosmetically enhanced, amphetamine-popping young girls who will only be like that for a season or two, then come back down to reality as their true human forms kick in, because we're all imperfect human beings, not like these girls posing in magazines with computer-enhanced pictures. Clothing is primarily impulse buying for women, which is why boutiques are wide open. They want women to see everything. Some put little relaxation lounges in where girls and their boyfriends can linger and look around. Girls have been brainwashed to think that fashionable clothing, jewelry, and cosmetics can change them somehow, improve them, etc. So they're suckers for it. Corporate forces know it and cater them. It's too bad, but girls are suckers for trendiness, vanity, trying to be cute and dazzling. Guys aren't fooled by it. They know the difference between a lady of substance and some airy vamp trying to be all trendy, but that's beside the point. The point is appeal to her vanity and you will make money all the way from teeth whitening products to weight loss shakes to lingerie. Women are very into relationships, being loved, looking thin and beautiful and being picked out of the crowd as the special one, kinda like Cinderella, and when things don't work out the way this fantasy is projected onto them, then the way they internalize it is to look for comfort products to make it all better for the moment. In essence, comfort products are a substitute for the love you aren't getting or for the crappy way you feel because you have low self-esteem, as the psychobablists call it, which means in plain English that you didn't have the guts or toughness to probe your own life to see what was in there, then tried to live an inspired life true to your own inner standards, so you're just this manipulated pop culture clone with no foundation of who you are as an individual human being. These comfort products could be anything like shopping addiction for clothes, purses, etc., food like gourmet ice cream and low-cal potato chips, diamonds to make you feel sparkly, cigarettes to keep you feeling thin, makeup to make you feel sexy, wine to make you feel good, hair coloring to keep up the fantasy that you can be glamorous, chocolate to make you feel that love is possible, etc. Women have been manipulated all their lives through advertising more so than men. Some of it is bad, but some of it is good if it supports a good product. Most people think they're too cool and smart for advertising to work on them, yet everywhere you look all you see is pop culture clones thinking they're free and independent. How many girls around do you see with colored hair? I rest my case. Anyway, if you're a woman, know that you're being advertised to all the time and it has affected you whether you admit or not, generally the younger the more brainwashed. If you're a business owner, don't get left out of at least 75% of the consumer market. Advertise to women. Women are very loyal. Just like they're loyal to their men, they will be loyal to products they like, so make your products good up front so they will like them and keep coming back for more. Most women are in a race to be superwoman, just like their culture has indoctrinated them. Be thin, beautiful, a career woman, lover, housewife, and mother. Probably 75% of all advertising is geared for these few areas of women's lives. With women gaining more influence in the workforce and starting their own businesses in unprecedented numbers, the lesson is clear. Women have a lot of money, control most of it in the home, so unless you're selling beer or fishing lures, you'd better tailor your marketing to them. Marketing to women. 3. Women actually control slightly more than half, 51.3%, of all personal wealth in the United States. They make 83% of all household purchasing decisions. More women than ever are getting a college education, the biggest stepping stone to high-paying jobs. Women outlive men. It's not illegal or unethical to target your marketing efforts at women, it's the only way to go. Women buy just as many cars and computers as men, so if you're advertising your latest sports car to men, add a few ads in there geared for women about how cool, independent, adventurous and desirable they will look if they ride around in your sports car too. If it's a woman's product, obviously advertise to women, but if it's a traditionally men's product, think twice, start advertising your motorbikes and golf clubs to women too. Make them a bit smaller than men's sizes to accommodate them. Appeal to comfort works on the 40-plus chunky but funky Oprah crowd. If you sell gourmet cat food, women will buy 90% of it and men 10% because it makes them feel their cat is special, therefore that they're special. Provide great service. Offer informational brochures with your products. If you treat a woman well, she will tell her friends about you and buy your stuff for her daughters, whereas for guys, unless it's a Harley, he could care less about what shampoo he uses or how soft his socks are. Women like to share ideas and gossip. Get a website geared for women and put a chat room on it. It doesn't have to be a website geared for your product. Gear it for 30-something mothers, psychics for women, women for God and family, women's health, or something like that. Then state that your company is the host of the website and put a little icon there for your products. She wants to pamper herself because she wants to feel like she's worth it, which is why overpriced luxury towels and spa treatments always sell even though they're unnecessary. Women want a textured ad that feels nice rather than some Neanderthal screaming that he's got the best cars at the best prices. Focus on home values, family values, the home, apple pie, patriotism, the church, i.e., home, families, kids, school, and traditional values. Use women in your ads, not scantily clad sexy ones but real women like Ms. Average America. Who is that? Go to your local supermarket and watch the people there for a few hours. Marketing to women is being straight up, sincere, and honest. Women just play dumb because it makes life go easier with egotistical male clods. Their women's intuition is generally superior to men's intelligence, partially because they have thicker corpus callosums, which is the bridge between the two brain hemispheres, so they can think more intuitively and more complex thoughts than men. Women are into this eco-environmental, social causes, save the seals type thing, so putting an eco-friendly icon on your box of detergent or offering to donate 10 cents of the cost of every box to the Clean the Water Foundation might be a good idea. Don't use frivolous, skinny-looking models or so-called celebrities in your ads, use real-looking women. Older women have more money than young women. Market to them. Women like to buy nice things for themselves, their pets and their kids. Women are into new age stuff, psychobabble, connecting with other women in the sisterhood a la Oprah/Oxygen, alternative medicine, health foods, diet foods, and organic foods way more than men. Successful marketers unite women somehow, then put their product in there as part of that connected feeling, like starting a breast cancer charity, Weight Watchers meetings, really geared to sell Weight Watchers food, Saturn Corporation starting Saturn owner clubs, etc. Gear some advertising for the intimate bond, the bond between mother and son or daughter, the bond between an adult woman and her mother and father, the bond between a woman and a man, the bond between girlfriends, the bond between a woman and her dog or cat, etc. If you sell something like office supplies, instead of advertising to businessmen, add a few school bags, make your computers available in different colors, then advertise as office, school, and life supplies. Devise products women could use like the jogger stroller, the papoose knapsack, knapsacks you strap on your back with your baby in it, kitchenware as on the infomercials, beauty products, etc. Marketing to women websites. Try number 658.834 or HF5415 to HF5823 at the library for books about marketing to women. faithpopcorn.com/trends. imagocreative.com. windsormedia.blogs.com. women.com. Women's websites. These websites cover everything from health to love to work to education. Books about women are at number 242.6 or BV4527, Christian Women, number 301.4, number 305.3042 and HQ1101 HQ2030 at the library. There may be a few books for teen girls at number 305.23. New Age books for women a la the goddess archetype are at number 299.93 or BL625.7 at the library. The current leader in this field is probably Lynn V. Andrews, lynnandrews.com, with about a dozen books explaining supposedly true journeys she took to places where she found old women who became her spiritual masters. At the beginning of the books, she claims they're true, but the names have been changed. In any case, she writes entertaining stories. I'd like to see a movie made out of one of them. Marianne Williamson is another one who preaches a message of love. Then there are the simple abundance books. A lot of these types of books are at number 133, where you'll find Shirley MacLaine, Ruth Montgomery, Jean Dixon, and others, in the conventional self-help section, number 153-158. For women's inspiration, try number 305.4, number 646.700 and HQ777 at the library. For literary books about women, Try number 809.892 or PN 4390 at the library. There are many biographies of powerful, independent women at number 920-929 or CT 120. There are many magazines for women. You can find a listing in a periodical directory at the library. The best reference book is probably Women's Information Directory, galegroup.com, 800-877 Gale. Girls, Inc. National Resource Center. 441 West Michigan Avenue. Indianapolis, Indiana, 46202. 800-374 Girl. Girlsinc.org. Major network for teenage girls. National Organization for Women. 1000, 16th St. Northwest. Number 700. Washington, D.C. 20036. 202-331-0066. NOW.org. Pro-Feminist Women's Group. Womanlinks.com. WYPOWS.com, Women's Yellow Pages. 2ndchancEFORWOMEN.com. AAUW.org, University Women. ActiveWoman.ca. AdventureWomen.com. Women.ca, Canada. Women.com. Women.org. Women.americanheart.com. Womenbiz.gov. Womencare.com. Womenconnect.com. Womenmoney.com. Women.msn.com. Womenof.com. Womenofchina.com. Womenofcolorado.com. Womenofdiversity.com. Womenoffaith.com. Chapter 2. Marketing to Men. Marketing to men. Men buy cars, computers, sports equipment, sex pills, pornography, and beer which they might check out beforehand, but everything else is functional. It's like the guy goes into the store, knows exactly what he wants, buys it and walks out. He's accomplished his mission, the product is simply a means for him to do something else other than shopping to get his jollies. With men, it's a captive market. The guy needs a bike or a jeep, he buys it and doesn't bother going back to the store until he needs something new. In order to brand market to a guy, show him something that will make him feel tough and macho, or some girl he can fantasize he's having a relationship with. With girls, they're always told they need a new look and should treat themselves. Most mature guys over 30 know that what you wear means nothing and can be counterproductive to the way you're perceived if you try to come off like some flaming dandy, cock of the walk, man about town, wearing fashionable clothes. It detracts from your true purpose of achieving something with your life, which is what all real men aspire to. An athletic build and muscles hold much more stock to a man than some clothes anyone can buy somewhere. Men get a few ads for cars, beer, sex pills, and sports products, and that's it. Women do most of the cooking, buy the most food, do most of the cleaning and even the gardening, so except for the tools of the work world, it's all about marketing to women. Make it cute and cuddly to give them a warm feeling and you win. Men's resources. Books about general men's issues are at number 305.3032, number 306.7081 or HQ28HQ1090 at the library. Try number 613.04234 or RA 776.5 at the library for books about men's health and well-being. mensnewsdaily.com. discoveryformen.org. forums.men.style.com. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/list_of_men's_organizations. National Men's Resource Center. POB 800. San Anselmo, California 94979-0800. 415-453-2839. menstuff.org. General info about men's issues ranging from divorce to impotence. Men's Defense Association. 17854 Lyons St. Forest Lake, Minnesota 55075-8854. Men's Defense at AOL.com. mensdefense.org. Newsletter The Liberator. Men's Health Magazine. 33 East Minor St. Emmaus, Pennsylvania 18098. Fax, 610-967-7725. menshealth.com. Chapter 3. Marketing to Young People. Marketing to Children 1. Children want to grow up fast. I define who you are, then I make you believe you're choosing it. Marketing Credo. You are what you have. Modern Western child's view of life. For teenagers, it's all about how cool or dorky do I look to others. Children are all about being hyped too. Check out the Harry Potter marketing machine. Harry Potter is one book of 20,000 for kids and one of at least 1,000 similar books in the fantasy genre, yet it made it big out of all of them simply because some guys in some back room somewhere said, we're gonna hype the shit out of this book until every kid will think he or she's a square if they're not reading it. Any corporation with any smarts markets in a forever young, always cool fashion anyway, regardless of whether their customers are children or adults. Children are mostly about toys, TV, junk food, and pop culture, but not all about it. Some want to feel unique, so they take on an anti-mainstream role which mainstream forces are smart enough to package and market, selling a sanctioned form of rebellion to a youth that wants to be seen as rebellious because this is portrayed as cool in the media. Even though all the big rap stars sell their souls to corporate America, they nevertheless still come out with the image that they're rebellious, anti-system dudes, and the kids buy it up. This is the way it works. If you want to see what kids are into, just watch children's TV shows, read their magazines, and visit toy websites. Whether these are natural interests for children or culturally indoctrinated ideas pushed onto them is irrelevant. The fact is that kids are immature, limited, and naive. They want to fit into the peer group and fit in with the cool characters on TV. The main corporations geared for kids are Disney, Hasbro, Mattel Toys, McDonald's, MTV, Nickelodeon TV, Levi's Jeans, Nintendo Video Games, Sony Video Games. As a business person marketing to kids, your job is to try to get into the heart of the kid by presenting something as cool, fun, or fascinating in order to create a bond with the kid, and when you do, you have to constantly revise it a bit to keep it fresh and cool year after year. Kids are not rational, nor do they have common sense. They are driven by emotion. They are a part of the I want it all, I want it now generation. You, as a business person, must be at least partially unethical if you want to sell your stuff to kids, because basically what you're selling probably does not serve a useful function, yet you have to get to the kids enough that they bug their parents to buy it. The most blatantly unethical products I've seen lately was a documentary on marketing sexiness to tween girls and marketing girls as sex objects to tween boys, as in video games. It's everywhere. The people in this business generally don't care as long as they are selling product. I've seen little 7-year-old kids dress like preppy, cool tennis players with the expensive sunglasses and all. Of course, they were spoiled rotten. Where is your moral standard? How far are you willing to do things that you know are wrong to sell stuff to kids? When you are marketing to kids, you are trying to sell a relationship between your brand and them that conquers their fears and fuels their fantasies, many of which they got from mainstream pop culture entertainment. The children's market is super huge. There is no doubt about that. Kids know what they want and are good at getting their parents to buy it. If they want a certain brand name of running shoe, they will kick and cajole until they get it. No other brand will do. Children are immature, irrational, emotional, generally spoiled, want to be cool, want it all and want it now. Children are brainwashed by mainstream pop culture entertainment, which creates the demand for product. Look there to find ideas of what to sell to kids and how to package it. The gut-level things for kids are money, toys, fun, food, junk food, candy, excitement, sports, mostly boys, glamour, mostly girls, trendy clothes, being cool, being sexy, being entertained, controlled fear as with horror movies, pets, athletic shoes, bikes, video games, skateboards, scooters, internet, collecting marbles, sports cards, Beanie Babies, Pokemon cards, etc. Action figures, Hot Wheel cars, TV, cell phones, children's magazines, computers, arts and crafts, playing outdoors, friendship. Boys are conditioned to aspire to be big, bad, tough, muscular, brave, unemotional, successful, macho, powerful, morally good heroic leaders with an element of goofiness and crudeness to them, like the movie Animal House. Girls are conditioned to be beautiful, sociable, nice, goddess-like, stunning, glamorous, will meet a prince whilst being taught to be mothers and possibly get a career somewhere down the line. Anything you can do to give a kid the perception that he or she is cool will give him or her the perception that they are more in control of their lives. Kids are really no different than adults. All have been brainwashed by the culture they live in. Most kids say they fantasize about being rich and famous more than anything else, even such things as being smart, being in love, family togetherness, saving the world, wanting a pet, etc. This tells you that the media is the message. Whatever you see there is what kids want. There are 4 loose marketing categories of kids. Under 5, focused on parents. 5 to 13, focused on same-gender friendships. 13 to 16, confused kid, wants to fit in yet wants his own identity. 16 plus, too cool for mama, self-centered, rebellious. At every age group, the kid has a reference group. Target your marketing message at the kid's reference group and you will get to the kid. From the age of 13 on, any normal kid will want to shed his upbringing somewhat to forge his own identity. This will make him anti-establishment, at least for a while. The paradox of this is that kids go to the mainstream media to get their images of what it means to be anti-establishment and rebellious. Think of the Mustang, shades, bandanas on the head, earrings on guys, rap music, baggy pants, pants on backwards, loose clothing, tattoos, etc. I won't name the companies, but it's pretty obvious when you see a soft drink company trying to market itself as the drink for alternative, free-spirited people, or a certain watch company profiling 6 or so people in every commercial, all claiming to be cool, creative people doing interesting things and wearing that watch. Rebellious teenage kids like to get on a left-wing idealistic kick like Save the Trees or something like that. There is a market here, to appeal to that idealism as a cool demographic. Even though most people get involved in causes to meet chicks or guys, there is nevertheless a market here. It's like if you wear a rainbow t-shirt, you're putting the word out that you're a left-wing tree hugger and you will attract those types of people. Think of Coca-Cola's TV commercial from 40 years ago or so where everybody was singing together in perfect harmony as the world community without racism. As they age, the smart kids know it's not all about play. They have to earn a living, and in order to do this, they have to start with a strong base in school. This is another angle that you might be able to approach kids over the age of 14 from, appealing to their future ability to make money. Your job is to develop a link between what you sell and the fantasy emotional life of the kid. It could be anything like putting the current cool fad on the bedspreads you sell to thinking up new things to market to kids based on what the current fads are. If you have a base product for kids, it doesn't matter what it is, simply constantly dress it up in the current fad/trend of the day. Look to the movies and watch kid TV to see what the current trends are. Advertising to kids is generally not about passing on information. It's about wowing them with color, excitement, and novelty. Everything has to be fun, amazing, energetic, heroic, cool, 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 and cooler still. Watch children's advertising to help you learn the art form. How ethical should you be when marketing to children? I can see marketing some $5 or $10 toy to them, but when I see kids wanting the Nike sneakers or the marketing efforts of the latest toy which costs $80 then has all kinds of accessories you can buy for it, it kinda leaves me empty, that we're cheating our kids, turning them into pop culture clones before their time. Studies done on children have shown that the ones who got expensive toys versus the ones who just used simple crayons and things around the house like kitchenware for toys showed no differences in intelligence or achievement. Basically, I'm against brand marketing to kids at too young an age, trying to get them to desire the latest cool things because they want to be perceived as cool by others. I think educational products are fine, but you can get books at the library for free. My idea of a good child's plaything is a used computer bought out of the local buy and sell newspaper supplemented with shareware you can get for free off the internet, jumbo.com, download.com, 2cows.com. Watch Nickelodeon, Disney TV, and the Cartoon Network. Marketing to children too. Now that I've made my rant, the fact is that children have a marketing power of $160+ billion in the United States and Canada, which is pretty high considering that our much touted movie industry is only a $10 billion a year business. Kids want to belong, to fit in, to be popular, to have friends, to have fun, to look cool as defined by the kids on TV, to make some of their own decisions without parents, individuality, to express their creativity, to be superior. After all, they are naturally self-centered, to be loved, to explore the world. Before 1960, most people were not that materialistic. There wasn't an abundance of goods on the market, but with the proliferation of TV, pop culture, and consumerism in general, many people who are parents now were brought up either surrounded by an abundance of consumer goods and wanting more, or seeing it on TV, envying it and vowing to get it for themselves someday, which, after all, is the way the system tries to brainwash you to be. I've seen a bunch of parents who spoiled their kids say they're giving them what they didn't get when they were younger. They equate buying gadgets for kids as the way to show them love. It's also a convenient babysitter. Give them some money or buy them something and you don't have to spend time with them, but kids say more than anything they want to do things with their parents. Kids nowadays are what could be called savvy in one sense, but in another sense, they've been so brainwashed by pop culture that they want it all. They want it now, both for their own self-centered satisfaction and to appear cool and trendy to others. They're good at manipulating parents to get what they want. Many single parents and dual-career families have their own problems and their own careers. They either don't want to spend time with their kids or buy them things to assuage some of the guilt they feel by being so self-centered about their own lives. In order to know how kids think, watch children's TV shows and the advertising that surrounds them. Some kids' TV shows are basically advertisements in disguise. Think of the Power Rangers with all its accessories, the Disney Channel, YTV, Cartoon Network, Fox Family, Nickelodeon, or the Olsen twins, which some savvy managers have marketed just about everything about them. You can indeed get very wealthy marketing to kids, but, in my opinion, the trick to get in is to tie your products to the pop culture world somehow. Either have the hero of a kids' sitcom wearing your name brand clothes, playing with your toy, using your brand of computer, etc. Better still, if you're a big company with power, unite with a media team, create a children's show around your product, go to the TV trade show and try to sell it worldwide, making a profit on it while getting to advertise your products through product placement in it. One reason some companies are so aggressive in marketing to kids and teens is because they want to get these kids hooked on their brands now, so they will continue using them when they grow up to become adult consumers. Think of kids, tweens and teens as different tribes, then try to market your products to appeal to the vanity of these tribes. Remember, kids are mostly about how they appear to others. Nowadays, there are sub-tribes in the main tribe. Think of any high school and try to come up with the top few stereotypical groups which the kids, either consciously or unconsciously, try to imitate, like preppies, middle to upper class elitists, jocks, rockers, punkers, techno-geeks, counterculture druggies, hippies, working class, salt of the earth, grease monkey, industrials, minorities, low class, poor people. I noticed one mainstream company injecting the hip-hop, rap culture into advertising for its clothing. Pick your tribe and sub-tribe groups and advertise to them. Parents nowadays are very concerned with safety for kids and helping them become wiser, more educated, stronger, faster, etc. So if you can market a product to help reach some of these goals, it could be a winner if it catches on, i.e. hooked on phonics, baby Beethoven. Kids want to be taken seriously. If you make your store kid-friendly, acting like you respect them, you win. Put things at their level, make signs in kids' peak, try to develop a trendy brand name for yourself, try to be trendy by playing bubblegum pop music, hiring trendy-looking cashiers and sell products they like. Kids like technological products/gadgets, namely music gadgets, MP3 players, recording software, video games, and computers. TV is the retina of the mind for kids. There's no doubt about that. Kids like both children's programming and the current adult mainstream since it's popular and their parents watch it too. Pop culture to kids is music, TV, movies and sports. This is what kids are interested in. Tie your products into these areas somehow. Kids are also interested in the forbidden zone, the counterculture or taboo areas, so to speak, like drugs, booze, cigarettes, sex, romance, looking older, etc. So this another way to market to kids as long as you do it with some legal and ethical standards. Tie in your product to a charity somehow. Mostly teenagers and kids like to be amused and want to get whatever's currently the fad, but adults fall for it too, like Rubik's Cube back in the 80s. A restaurant catering to kids gave a children's book, flimsy 32-page paperback, away every time kids went to eat there. There were 12 different books in all. Ally a character with your product like Tony the Tiger of Frosted Flakes, Ronald McDonald, or the Kool-Aid face on Kool-Aid packages. It gives children a sense of familiarity. Sponsor a talent show for your kids using your company name, offering your children's products as the prizes. Kids love freebies like a free coloring book with your company logo on it. Look at all the freebies McDonald's offers kids, like sets of 6 little toys, one available every month. Put things on your packages like a free toy offer from brand X cereal if you send in 2 box tops. Contests and shows sponsored by you are a good way to draw attention. The Yo-Yo Company used to sponsor contests and free yo-yo learning classes. Give kids free candy or cheap toys when they come to your store. Boys and girls both like candy, clothes, and food. Boys prefer toys and video games. Girls prefer clothes and magazines. The main things kids want are toys, entertainment venues like movies, concerts, amusement parks, etc. Home videos, snack food, fast food, junk food, breakfast cereal, soda pop, music CDs, trendy clothes and running shoes, computer stuff, sporting goods, books, jewelry, personal care products, dolls, pop, drinks, brand name merchandise especially for clothes. Kids influence what their parents buy in general. Target the leader kids in your community to use your products so others will imitate them, or get some kids on a local cable access show or even a national show using your product like a skateboard, pogo stick, hula hoop, etc. If you're selling children's products and it's springtime, you can offer lunch with the Easter Bunny. One supermarket owner got a truckload of snow in the summer, dumped it in the parking lot for kids to play, and got on the news. Have a free party for kids at Christmas or Halloween, or build a display they can come and visit. Entertainment and food are huge money makers in the kids market. Young girls were previously an untapped market. Delias.com, girl.com, drog.com all cater to that demographic. Whereas in the olden days, parents bought one tube of toothpaste for the family, a generic bottle of shampoo, etc., nowadays, you see all these common products being packaged as specialty items for kids. Have some project where normal middle-class kids can help poor kids somehow. Sponsor some children's sporting events. Kids prefer boutiques to department stores. They like the name brands like Gap or Abercrombie & Fitch. Try to develop a collectible item that kids can get interested in, like Pokemon cards, little Hot Wheels cars, a bunch of superhero dolls, etc. Kidscreen magazine puts out an annual award show called the Golden Marble, which is about ads directed at children. Chances are that kids will buy the same brand of car their fathers drives. There are many travel tours, summer camps, etc. directed at kids. One fast food restaurant put a free fun room/playroom video arcade at their facilities. Start a website dedicated to entertaining and educating children, injecting your corporate message into it. If you want some kids to test market something, offer the kids of a class, club, or church group a bottle of pop and hamburger each if they answer your questionnaire, survey, etc. The latest trend is to try to get tied into school life by sponsoring an event or educational TV program, paying for cable TV, sponsoring the band, sports team, etc. Marketing idea to young people. On TV, I saw a piece about a company who says the way they target the 18 to 34 market is to offer free iPods and free computers to young people with the free time on their hands to solicit 5 to 10 of their friends for their names, addresses, phone number, and either birth date or social security number for marketing purposes to send them free catalogs. But the hook is that the marketing company had to verify all the names given to them first by checking them through public records databases, telephone directories, marriage records, birth records, etc. The young person just couldn't make up 5 names then receive an iPod. The company said it worked. The idea is that you offer something free in exchange for a customer giving you the names of some of his or her friends. A related idea I've seen is at the back of some catalogs, there is a postage paid tear-out postcard where it says write in the name and address of a friend and they will send him or her a free catalog. Marketing to teens, tweens and people who want to act young. Teens want to be cool and look cool. Cool is defined by what they see on TV, like on the music channels and the TV commercials geared for youth. Teens want products that are fresh, new, novel, fun, cool, popular. Signify independence, like smoking cigarettes, getting a car, smoking dope, etc. Youth is idealized not only in movies and TV shows, but I was talking to a couple of old-timers like me and I noticed that almost immediately we started talking about the things we did as young people. Scramble your brain, figure out a product or a set of product that would appeal to people who are young and want to feel young. Think of music, cool tech products, computer, cell phones, tech pads, cool clothes, hula hoop, frisbee, yo-yo, firecrackers, muscles for men, supplements, exercise gear, beauty for women, cosmetics, jewelry, fashion, video games, chat rooms, drug paraphernalia, cigarettes, sexiness, junk food, dancing, rap/hip hop, rebellion, activism, school, college, growing up, becoming an independent adult. Try number 305.235 or HQ796 at the Library for books on the sociology of teenagers. Try number 658.8008 or HF5415 at the Library for books about teen marketing. Teenresearch.com, marketing to teens. Teen.com. Ypulse.com, marketing to teens. Cyberteens.com. Marketing to children websites. Books about marketing to children are at number 658.834 or HC79 and HF5415 at the library. Books about children in general are at number 371, Education, number 649, Parenting, and number 780-789, Music, and 790-799, Movies, Theater, Pop Culture, and Sports. There are some sociological type books between number 300 to number 309. ChildTrendsDatabank.org AceKids.com/contests. Brandchild.com nielsen-netrating's.com, nces.ed.gov/fastfacts, arbitron.com, singleparentcentral.com, wondergroup.com, commercialalert.org, disney.com, epic.org/privacy/kids, ftc.gov/speeches/starx/minfin, kidfluence.com, kidscom.com, mediacx.ca, marketing to kids, workopolis.com, info about families and kids, children's websites, try number 004.678, number 25.04, number 649.1 or HQ784 at the Library for Books on Children and the Internet. Try number 790.133, number 793.00-22, number 794 or GV1205 to GV1218.5 at the Library for Books about Games. Try number 305.2345 or HQ784 for books about children and TV. American Federation of Teachers. Learning Line. 800-242-5465. Interesting recordings. ala.org/parentspage/great sites/allkids.org. allkids.org/mailing-lists. Amazing.html. books4kids.com. board.com. brown.edu/people/men/totware.html, shareware. cfchildren.org, Center for Children. clark.net/pub/journalism/kid.html. cochrane.com/theodore/barrettsbest. cochrane.com/theosite/ksites.html. gagme.www.com/tilde-baba/christmas.html. loveandlearn.com. mamamedia.com. netmom.com/ikp/samples/hotlist.htm. tristate.pgh.net/tilde-pinch13. vividus.com/ucis.html. ykd.headbone.com. Lists of children's websites. peacefire.org. rsac.org. Website ratings. activitiesforkids.com. ajkids.com, Ask Jeeves. awesomelibrary.org. Teen websites. Try number 646.7800 or HQ799 at the Library for Books about to go out into the world and make it on your own. Try number 305.235 or HQ796 at the Library for Books on the Sociology of Teenagers. cyberteens.com. advocatesforyouth.org/teens. teenproblems.org. therightsource.com, teen writers. teengrowth.com. teenchat.com. youthradio.org. wavemagazine.net, Wave Magazine, International Youth Web Magazine. enter.net. thepowerzone.org. youthcomm.org, teen writers. teen-scene.com. teensizele.com. teensonline.com. teenspot.com. teenstation.com. teenstylemag.com. teentalk.com. teenvoices.com, 888-882 Teen, Magazine. teenwire.com. Chapter 4. A College Marketing Guide. A list of college marketing websites at blog.feedspot.com/higher_education_marketing_blogs. andrewcarrega.wordpress.com. austinwilliams.com/higher-education. blog.educationdynamics.com. blog.eduficient.com. blog.studentbridge.com. blog.unipro.co.in. bobjohnson-consulting.com/bob-johnsons-blog-on-higher-education-marketing. brightmindsmarketing.com/blog. caylor-solutions.com/blog, cblome.com/blog, circuitu.com/hemj, collegewebeditor.com/blog, convergeconsulting.org/blog, edssocialmedia.com/blog, hidewebitech.com, higher-education-marketing.com/blog/news, higher-education-marketing.com/blog, hiredme.com/en/blog, hiveeducation.uk/blog, josiealquist.com/educator/blog, mdreducation.com/marketing-blog, mindmax.net/blog, qs.com/category/higher-education-marketing, terminal4.com/blog, thru-line.com/blog. College marketing websites. If you're in a business that could sell things to college students, try the following sources. campusclients.com offers marketing to college students, advertising to college students in college newspapers. oncampusadvertising.com, campusconcepts.com, colleguniversity-promotions.com, educationlist.com, globe.com, jobs.samg.com/ptnis website.about.asp uses students to promote products to other students on campus. ottawa.cbc.ca/cbom/trends/archives/contracts_on_campus.htm, salesandmarketingmag.com/promo/0500 Brea, strategymag.com, studentmkt.com, varsitygroup.com, web.net/csirp/stations.html, college radio stations. College Kit. POB 857. Hanover, New Hampshire 03755-0857. 603-643-6600. Fax 603-643-4031. college_kit@valley.net. collegekit.com. Hand out product samples at college campuses. Follett College Stores. 400 West Grand Avenue, Elmhurst, Illinois 60126. 630-279-2330. Fax 630-279-2569. Follett.com. Operates several hundred college campus stores. Market Source. 10 Abiel Road, Cranbury, New Jersey 08512. 800-888-8108. 609-655-8990. Fax 609-395-0737. marketsource.com. Does advertising on college campuses. College list websites. The Internet has some college directories like the following websites. nces.ed.gov/globallocator, info about colleges and universities including community and technical, public schools and districts, private schools and public libraries. 100hot.com/college, supposedly the 100 best colleges in the world. academic360.com. allaboutcollege.com/colleges/unitedstates/usa.htm. College newspapers/magazines. asa.utk.edu/resources/papers.html, college newspapers. beacon-www.asa.utk.edu/resources/papers.html, college newspapers. cpnet.com/news, college newspapers. alumni.psu.edu, Penn State. alumni.unc.edu. black-collegian.com. campusliving.net, christiangraduate.com, circlec.org, socially aware students, collegebound.net, collegefocus.com, Christian, florydaylater.com, gnn.com/gnn/wic/news.09.html, harvard-magazine.com, inkard.com, linkmag.com, mixcom.com/campus_daily, nd.edu, Notre Dame, ripon.edu, studentleader.com, umagazine.com, wpi.edu/+journal, Worcester Polytechnic.